Hola mis amigos, ¿qué más? How are you doing today? I'm so excited about today's episode. I love learning new things. Recently I learned about au pair, an international child minding service. I was intrigued by what I read online, but I wanted to learn more. So I sought out first-person accounts. Maria Fernanda and Natalia were kind enough to share their experiences with me. I am appreciative of their contribution and their bravery. So, without further ado, enjoy the show and let's go. Okay, so no person can introduce themselves better than themselves. So, Natalia, thank you for being here.
I'm Natalia. I was in the upper program. I was in Philadelphia. I don't know.
No, that's good. So it's really cool, and I thank you for participating and giving me this information. When I learned about the au pair program, I was shocked that it exists, and I was excited to learn about it. So, what was your motivation to do au pair? Or in Spanish, ¿qué es tu motivación por participar en au pair? Porque por mí es un nuevo programa, pero por usted, yo creo tú conoces más. Entonces, ¿qué?
Okay. I really like the children, and I really need to learn English. So was my motivation.
Oh, that's great. And I think it's really, really cool because it takes a special mind and person to go on an adventure. And I believe that the au pair program probably was an adventure. So what was your level of English before you went? Or in Spanish, ¿tú hablas inglés antes y qué es su nivel antes de viajar?
My level was awful, probably A1 maybe. I really didn't know to speak English before I went to United States.
And were you excited about the opportunity to improve your level in English? Or in Spanish, more specifically, ¿tú anticipado de aprender inglés más rápido porque usted en Estados Unidos, ¿sí? Y entonces por de próximo pregunta específicamente is su familia, your family. What was your family's opinion of your decision to do the au pair program, and why the United States and not maybe Canada or England or Australia? Entonces de español, y cómo su familia pensar de decisión, de tú tomar de decisión por hacer de au pair, y por qué Estados Unidos, por qué no Canadá, Inglaterra o Australia.
In the beginning was difficult because I am the baby in my family, so it was difficult for my parents, but my sister helped me. So my parents was very nervous but was very happy at the same time.
Oh.
And why United States? Because I have family in the United States, so it's easier for me. And I think Canada or England, it's, I don't know, are
they're different, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the culture
Yes,
of,
yes.
I don't know.
It's different. I don't think people dream of saying, I want to learn English in England or Canada.
Yeah.
They dream the United States because of the culture and the TV and the movies. I understand. So, can you tell me explanation of what is au pair? Entonces dime, ¿qué es au pair y qué específico cosas hacer en el programa de au pair?
Okay. So, au pair is like a babysitting. I live with my host family. I was all the time with my host kids. So I prepare the breakfast. I drop them to the school and I pick them up. I pack the lunch. I did the laundry.
That's amazing. And so, what is the process to participate in the au pair program? Entonces, ¿qué es necesario por participar en el programa de au pair?
The first step is an interview because they need to know your English level. And then I don't know, can I speak in Spanish?
Yes, totally.
Nos ponen en una plataforma para conocer a las familias y tenemos entrevistas por Skype con las familias.
And how many families do you interview with? Because you say you go on Skype and you do interviews with the family. Do you interview with one or two, or do you interview with many? ¿Tienes entrevistas con muchas familias?
Yes, maybe with 4 or 5.
Oh wow!
But it's difficult because the kids, the culture, or I don't know. Maybe sometimes the kids are very young, like 6 months,
Oh, wow.
and it's too difficult. And I need to learn English, so I need like a kid, like a older kids,
Right.
like 7 or 9.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And so when you were selected, how did you feel? How did you feel when you had your family and you knew you were going to participate? What feeling did you have?
I was happy.
Yeah.
I was really happy because I wait like 6 months maybe. So I was nervous because it's a different country, it's a different language, it's a different family, but I was happy.
Okay. And do they tell you your family and the location before you leave your country? ¿Tú conoces de familia y de ciudad antes viajar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so, do they give you training for the program, or do you go directly to the family?
No, we had a training in New York for a week. So they explain us to the program, the situation, the different situations with the kids. I don't know how do you say primeros auxilios.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yes, they explain us what we can do in many situations, maybe in the accident or at house if we have a
Problem?
Yes.
Okay. And so, what is your day schedule when you have children that go to school and the children are in school and you are apart? So what do you do?
Okay. when the children was at the school, I wake up, I woke them up, I prepare the breakfast, and I drop them to the school. And then at maybe 3 or 4 p.m. I pick them up, I help them with the homework, and then I prepare the dinner, no dinner, like a snack, and that's it.
Okay.
And in my, I don't know, in the time between...
Your free time.
Yeah, but no,
But
it's
not really.
not exactly every time.
Right.
I need to do the laundry,
Clean?
make the bed,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay. And so you wait for the children to be finished with school.
Yes.
And so when in the evening, so after breakfast and lunch they have in the school, do you prepare dinner, or does the family do the dinner? So the último comida, do you preparar por la familia or no?
No, just for the kids.
Okay.
And when my whole parents came to the house, they prepared the dinner. But I just prepare like snacks.
Okay. And do you eat dinner with the family, or can you go and do what you want?
Sometimes, because sometimes I want to go to the gym.
Okay.
So sometimes I ate dinner with them,
Right.
and sometimes I went to the gym.
Okay. And so is your time, do you have free time at night when the family returns? Is that your
Yes.
time? So you can do whatever you want? Oh,
Yes.
that's cool. So you would go to the gym. Would you do other activities when you were free?
Yes, I went to the cine with my friends. Sometimes I went to eat dinner with my friends.
So you say friends. So how did you meet people and make friends with this program, because you're new in the... Oh, and what city? You didn't say... I think you said your city, but just to make sure the city is there.
Philadelphia. I was
Okay.
in Philadelphia, and the program had an LCC, it's like a coordinator. So we had meetings one time per month.
Okay.
So I
You make
meet-
friends there?
Yeah.
Okay. So there were many au pairs in your city?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So it's a really big program?
Yeah, it's a really good program.
And so when you do the training in New York, is it all the au pairs for the country? Well, who attends the training?
All the au pairs from the world, really.
The world?
Yeah,
Wow.
because the training start on Monday. So all the pairs, I don't know. I speak in
arrive?
Spanish.
Yeah.
Todas las au pairs que llegamos el lunes
Yeah.
de todo el mundo, Italia,
Really?
Colombia, China, de todo el mundo,
Right.
estamos juntas en el training.
Oh, so on the Monday, everybody arrives together and they train together
Yes.
for their first day. So how many people were at your training?
Probably 2,000.
2,000?
Yes.
In New York
What?
City?
Was in Hofstra University.
On
in
Hofstra?
New York. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was in Long Island.
Yes.
Okay. And so wow. So did you exchange information with each other and you go from there?
Yes, because some au pairs came to the same city, so
Oh, so you're like in a group.
Yes.
Okay. And so when you were in the group, do you know where the other person lives? Do you have the address
yes.
for the other people? Oh. So it's like a support system.
Yes.
Oh, that's very cool. So, like, what are some of the highlights, your favorite parts of doing the au pair in Philadelphia? What was some of the best parts for you?
I love the cultures, the different cultures. So I like to meet another au pairs, another cultures,
Right.
and I don't know, to enjoy the culture and the people
Yeah.
with I stay.
That you stay, yeah. And so a question is Philadelphia, because like I'm from New York, so I'm familiar with the area. Philadelphia is very close to New York, Delaware, Washington D.C.
Yes.
So that means you met people from close cities. Did you have the opportunity to travel to other cities?
Yes, I had friends in Delaware and in New Jersey and in Washington and New York. So every weekend we had a different plan.
Oh wow, that's really
That's
cool.
amazing,
That's
yeah.
and so a question is, is au pair work volunteer work, or do you receive payment for the work you do?
They pay us. The
So-
host family pay us
Oh, okay.
every week.
Oh, that's really cool. So you get paid by the family, and you use that money to do whatever you want to,
Yes.
right? Okay, and you're not required to be around the family all the time, just when the children are in school.
Yes.
So, what about for vacation, when the family goes on vacation?
For vacation, I was at home with the kids every day, like 8 or 9 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so maybe we went to the park or we went to the library. So I did the plans for every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, do you remember when you first met your family? The first time, how did you feel?
It was really difficult for me because my host family are from India.
Oh, wow.
So the accent
Oh, wow. It's difficult.
different. Yeah. So the first time they brought me
Yeah.
all the things because I really
Oh, wow.
don't
So they had to.
understand you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so, so you went to New York, and you was in New York for 1 week, and then did you travel to your host family, or did the host family come to you?
No, we traveled to Philadelphia.
Okay.
So they pick us
Yeah.
in a park. I don't remember the name, but they pick up.
Oh, that's really cool. So, you talked about your host family. What was your host family like? You said they were from India, but they obviously speak English, and they were in America, so they have a status there. What was it like to be with your family?
Okay, my host family, it's the parents and 3 kids.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And they speak English and Portuguese, so sometimes
Oh.
they help me because
They understand. Some words.
Yeah, in Portuguese it's similar in Spanish, so they
Right.
help me. But it was really difficult because I arrived. No,
You were all right. Oh, you left?
I don't know.
Did you arrive, or did you leave?
I arrived
Uh-huh.
in August,
Yes.
so it was vacation.
Yes.
So it was difficult for me.
Oh, 'cause you had all day.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And I didn't.
You didn't know the children.
Yeah, I didn't the children and I didn't the language. So sometimes I
Oh, wow.
can't to communicate with the
Yeah.
kids. It was difficult, but
So how were the children? Because you used most of your time with the children. What was your relationship like with the children?
was good. There are 2 girls and a boy. Yeah, so the girls are so I don't know.
In Spanish. So,
Me ayudaban mucho.
oh, they helped you a lot. Okay,
Yes.
yes.
And the boy was
A boy.
a boy was 10. Yes, was 10. So they want to play video games every day, and I can't.
Right.
So it was difficult, but they are so nice.
Right.
They are so nice. They help me a lot.
Okay. We're going to take a quick pause. Take a few seconds to digest the quality information you just got from the first segment. And now it's time for segment 2 to nourish you with more information. Because of my own personal curiosities and me learning about the world, I have Maria Fernanda, or MaFe, or Maria as I personally know her, who worked as an au pair for a while. I'll leave it like that because she'll explain more. And she's going to give some more information about the au pair program and her experiences. So, MaFe, thank you for being here. And I think no person can introduce themselves better than themselves. So, I'll let you give a little introduction to yourself as well.
Okay, thank you, Luis, for having me here. And well, yes, you said my name is Maria Fernanda, or MaFe, or Maria for most people in the US.
Yes.
And I personally love when people call me MaFe because it's more personal.
Yes.
And well, I was an au pair for 1 year and a half.
Okay.
I was in San Francisco. I mean, actually in Lafayette, California is like 30 minutes away from San Francisco, which is really close. And I was with a wonderful family. They are amazing. I love them so much. We actually became a royal family, and friendship is strong. How I decided to be an au pair because one day I saw a friend on Instagram. She was posting so many pictures of her and with kids, and I was like, at first I thought she was traveling with her family, and I was like, oh nice, she's traveling. And then she stayed and stayed and stayed, and it was for months, and she was traveling in the US, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I text her, I was like, I want to go too. How do you do?
Right.
And she was like, oh, I'm an au pair. And I was like, wait, what? What's that? Yeah, like just like you. And she was like, yeah, it's a program, and you just take care of kids, and you live with a family. They pay you a salary per week, and you just watch the kids.
And that's interesting to me specifically because when I watch people travel, I'm interested, but I don't necessarily have curiosity about where they are, what they're doing. But I think that's really cool that you have friends that were doing exciting things too, which inspired you. So when you decided you wanted to do it, what was it like telling your family? Because I'm sure that was a very different situation and process.
Yeah, it was funny actually because one day my mom came from work and I told her like, Mom, I'm going to the US. And she was like, huh? What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I told her like, yeah, I want to go there and watch kids. And she was like, okay, do it if you want, but how? And I told her about the program and she was like, okay, cool. If you have the money, do it. I was like, yeah, I don't have the money, but I need your help. And
Okay.
she was like, oh, right, that's different. So let's see what can we do. And she was very supportive with me all the time. My sister helped me a lot. And the only thing was my ex-boyfriend. He was, at that time, he was my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that I shouldn't go there and I should stay here with him. And that I was weak. He used that word in Spanish to go there by my own. And I was like, wait, what? What are you saying?
Okay, wait. So what's the word for weak in Spanish? Because wow, okay.
Devil.
Oh, wow, it sounds like devil. Okay,
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And the thing is, I know it, but when I hear it, but I don't know. And so you had a little bit of opposition to going.
Yeah.
And so did that make you want to go more or less?
That made me wanted to go more.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like, how is this guy telling me we are being together for 2 years and now he's saying I'm weak. I'm not weak. And I can go everywhere I want to go.
But why? What did he say? Why he thought you were weak for that?
Because he thought I'm really close with my mom.
Mhm.
We have a really good relationship, and he thought I couldn't go there and stay there for 1 year or more. So I was like, I can't go. I think I'm not that weak.
And wow,
And also he said for my English, because at that time English was so bad. It was like in fundamentals, I think.
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, water, no more. Hi, how are you? And no more. So he said, but how are you going there if you don't have a good English? And I was like, I can learn it. Easy. I can learn. And I started doing the papers and everything I needed to do. And I don't know how, but I passed the test they do for the person English, and I passed. I don't know how, but I made it. And,
Go.
and I started going, and in my process to get the visa and find the family, and was easy for me.
It's interesting. You said so you had the challenge of the language, the boyfriend, and you said it costs money. So there's a I guess a payment you have to make to do it.
Yeah, we have to do a payment. Well, here are the things. You have to do the driving license, which in US is super easy because almost everyone has a driving license. But here is not that common. We don't drive a lot. So I had to take the course and pay for everything, and it was like $1,000,000. And
Here in Colombia.
here.
Okay.
And to pay the agency, you have to pay them like 3.5 million, I think I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for everything I had to pay for the visa, for my flights to Bogota, and came back, and the hotel and everything. It was like, I think I spent like 6 million pesos.
Okay, so you spent 6 million pesos to start the process, but when you arrived in the United States, you didn't have to like do anything else. Everything was prepared for you.
Yes, when I got there, and when I got there, how was that? I went to New York. We arrived to New York. We were like 20 first in that flight.
Wow.
Yeah.
From here.
Yeah.
Wow.
From Colombia.
Well, yeah, from Colombia, right?
Yes. And we got to New York, and a bus picked up us because
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
my English is
No, it's good.
And we went to a training school. I don't remember the place actually, but it's close to New York City. And we stayed there for 1 week. We have classes there, English classes, first aid classes. We have what else? Like a nutritional classes for what you should pack for the kids, lunch, or should give them for dinner or breakfast and everything. And how you should talk to your host parents, or so many things, and the rules you have to follow in the US, and what you should do. That was so funny because we were scared. I don't know if that happens to everyone, but actually when we got there, we were scared from the police.
Really? Why?
Because they have like this thing when you see them, you think they're like strong and dangerous and
Really?
aggressive. Yeah, and we took a class, and it was so funny because they said like, if you are driving and a police came to come to your car, you have to put your hands in the
Steering wheel. Yeah.
in the wheel.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait, what? What if I don't? And we were like kind of scared, but then it was just easy.
So, do you think the 1 week in New York was enough to prepare you for the time?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay. And
I
so,
think so.
I talked to Natalia before, and she said that there were au pairs from around the world there. Is it the same for you, where there was au pairs from everywhere?
Yes, from everywhere. And I was in the same room. I was sharing one with a girl from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
She was so nice. She spoke Spanish so fluently. I thought she was from Spain, but she wasn't.
Oh, okay.
She's from Italy. And we were speaking in Spanish all the time because my English was bad and I couldn't understand her when she was speaking in English. But it was nice.
And so, does the training give you the opportunity to make friends? Because
Yeah.
I'm not sure how when you go to your city. So, when you left New York, did you go to San Francisco, or how did that go?
When I left New York, I arrived to Oakland, Oakland Airport, and then I went to, at the time we lived in Wall Street, which is super close, almost the same thing, and yes, after that week I went to California.
Oh, okay.
And I arrived to California on Friday, and I started working on Monday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're in Oakland, right? So tell me about how you selected your family, or your family selected you.
Okay, that's an interesting topic because when you pay to the agency, they give you like an app. We call them like a Tinder app for families.
Oh, that family
It's funny,
Tinder.
it's
Okay.
It's funny because it is actually not. When you have this app, you just fill it with your information, with pictures, with kids, and I mean there's things you have because you are selling yourself.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. You
You're
have to take the
going-
good photos,
Yes,
right?
that's true. And you have to take care of kids, and it's not like you're gonna put a picture drinking alcohol or smoking. It's not like
Only candy,
thing.
cigarettes, and milk.
So when I got my application, I was like nervous and excited, but I was like, yeah, I have to be focused, and I'm not going there with just the first family appears in my app because it's not how it works.
Right.
So there was a family who came, and I didn't like because there were like 5 kids, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna watch 5 kids.
Oh, you had to. So it's one au pair for all of the children,
All
right?
of them.
Wow. Okay. That sucks and it's weird. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So I was clear on that. Like I'm not gonna watch more than 2 or 3 kids because I don't want to for the same money.
Right.
And it is the same money if you have 1 kid or 5.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah. So the first family was off. There came one with a beautiful kid, and he had a special needs. And I'm a nurse, so I was like, oh, I want to watch him because I want to take care of him because I know how and what he needs the most. And with a baby, he had a little baby sister, but the mom wasn't that nice.
Oh, wow.
So we were in an interview by Skype, and she wasn't nice. She was like, well, and what are you gonna do in the house? And I'm like, everything I have to do with the kids is my responsibility, so I'm gonna do it. She was like, so you're not gonna clean the kitchen and everything? And I'm like, no. If I have to make something for the kids, I'm gonna clean what
Yes.
what I use. And she was like, oh, okay, good to know that. And I was like, yeah, good to know that too.
Well, it's interesting because when I talked to Natalia, she said that, and I didn't know this because I just don't know the program, and she said that there are some families that think the au pair is supposed to be a maid, and they're not a maid. They're just there for the children, and that's
Yes,
it,
for the children.
nothing else. So if the children make a mess, you clean the children's mess up, but the rest of the home is the responsibility of the family.
The family or whoever they want to clean, but no our responsibility. If you want to help, is up to you, but
Right.
you don't have to. You don't have the responsibility. And I was like, yeah, I don't like.
I understand.
And I was trying to can you
Okay. I can edit everything, so it's okay.
okay. ¿Quieres los videos? So and I was looking for families and I saw one beautiful family and there were the mom, the dad and 2 kids and I liked them, but I was looking at the rules and everything because in the app they have the rules too. So I was looking at the rules and it was like a crazy thing with the clean, with the dirt and they don't like.
I thought you were a maid. No.
No, and they were like, yeah, you have to wash your own bed sheets like twice a week, and I'm like, that's not the way because sometimes you don't have time or you just don't want.
And that's a waste of water.
And it's my own bed.
Right.
So I like, and some little things like you have to clean the kids' bedroom like in this way and that way, and so many little things. And they're like, yeah, they are too picky.
And so how long did the whole process take?
No,
to
it took me like 2 weeks
Oh, okay.
to find a family. And then I found my family, and I love them. I just saw the picture of my baby, of the baby I took her, and I knew.
Okay.
I just knew.
And so from the applying to first application to the agency to being in the home with your family, how long did that take?
It took me long because I was in a difficult semester. So I wasn't that
Like focused?
focused. Yeah, I had to complete the hours of taking care of kids, but I couldn't go to the kindergarten
Right.
to do a volunteer because I didn't have the time. I was working in the hospital. I was doing my practice. So I talked to the university and they told me they could give me the hours for my career, for the pediatrician rotation.
Really?
Which
Oh, that's nice.
was nice because I didn't have to do it. And then I started applying, but it took me like being really focused like 1 month, I think. It was fast.
So for the 1 month, you submitted your application to the agency. You did the interview, and then after that, you had to do the Skype call.
We did the interview by Skype call, and we just had 2 interviews.
Okay.
The selection process is you have your application, and then if a family come to your application, you have a mail, and the mail tells you this family is looking your application.
Oh, okay.
So you have to see if you like them, and you can reject them if you don't like them.
And so, do you have to pay all of the money in advance before you start the process, or
Yeah.
no? Okay. So you have to. So you paid the 3 million pesos in advance, and then you started, and then you paid the rest of it for travel and that. Yeah.
Yes.
So, did being a nurse, did that help you get the position more easily?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Uh, it was nice because my host family have like a relationship with nurses. My ex-host dad is
Yeah.
a nurse,
Okay.
and his mom is a nurse too. And my ex-husband's mom, it sounds like a husband, but it's not.
Yeah, your host mom. Yeah.
Husband.
Yeah.
When I said
I got
people
it.
doesn't
I got it.
understand.
No, I
So
understand.
I'm trying to. And her mom was a pediatrician assistant.
Oh, cool.
So they had like this relation with the nurses. So we had good feelings.
So before I ask you about your time in United States, do you remember the day or the days before leaving your home and going to the airport to leave for the United States? Do you remember the time with your family right before you left to go to the United States?
I was nervous. I was super nervous and excited. But mostly nervous because you are going to a new world.
Yes, yes.
And with a different language for 1 year, you think, well, things are gonna change here, and
Yeah.
I'm leaving my mom, I'm leaving my niece, I'm leaving my sister, my
Right.
career, and I was thinking when my friends will get the graduation without me. So I was like
Oh, yeah.
a little sad because we've made the whole career together.
Yes.
But I was excited also. So like, yeah, I will do it. I do it.
Okay, so now you're in the United States.
Yeah.
What was it like your first day in the family or with the family?
With the family, I went there, and I was so shy. I'm never shy. I'm like me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm always talking and happy, and even if I don't know how I'm talking. But when I got there, I was shy and I was tired because the flight was so long,
Yeah.
so many hours, and I never traveled with the change of the schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Like the hours.
Yeah, the
different,
time
3
zones.
hours.
Oh my, yeah.
And I was like so tired. I had like a headache and I was dizzy and I felt like overwhelmed with everything because there were these people being so nice to me. I was confused. I was looking at the people and they were talking to me and I didn't understand anything. And my host mom started talking in Spanish, and I was so relieved because she asked me, "Do you want dinner?" And I was looking at her, just confused.
And so, it did with the other au pairs you knew. Did the host families normally speak the language? So they normally just only spoke English, and they didn't know like no other languages. Wow, that's
Some of them. My ex-host mom, she speaks Spanish because she is Mexican. She's not Mexican. She wasn't born in Mexico, but her family is from Mexico.
Okay.
So she wanted to learn Spanish to talk with her grandma and her aunts. So she spoke to me in Spanish for for a couple weeks. Because when I just got there, she was like, "Do you want dinner?" And it was so quiet. And I never said yes or no or I don't know. I was just looking at her, so confused. She was like, ¿Quieres comer algo? And I was like, yes. I'm hungry actually, but I don't know how to say it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the children, what was it like the first time you met the children? Because you said you had 2 children, right?
No, one.
One, okay.
One baby. I had my baby. When I saw him, I was in love. I was in love. He was amazing, and he was so quiet and calm in his lap, and he was amazing. I love that kid.
So did you have to spend a lot of time in the house with the baby? How old was the baby?
All the time. When I just got there, he was 5 months old.
Oh wow! So he was like 2 when you left.
Baby.
He was almost 2 years old when you left, right? So he was. You saw the baby walk and
Everything.
Wow.
Even roll, because when I got there, he didn't roll over. He
Wow.
didn't roll.
wow. Whoa. Okay. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's my baby.
And, yeah. Well, so what was it like? Because I guess you were in the house alone. I guess with the baby and the family went to work. So what was that like?
The first week, and I wasn't alone because my host mom, she works from home, and she goes to the city like twice a week. And my host dad, he stayed in the house for a week just for help me and stay there to make me comfortable. That was so nice of him, and I'm really glad.
Did he speak Spanish too?
No,
Wow.
it was a difficult relation at first
I bet.
because we were like the time we spent together. They were so nice. I love that family because they try to spend time with me, like alone, like stay with her and go outside. But the time I spent with my hot mom was nice because we spoke in Spanish. But with him was more difficult. Or even with her, if I spoke in English and my bad grammar or my accent or everything, my bad English, she tried to understand me because of her family, her Mexican family. Some of them speak bad English, so she understands more when you are trying to say something and you can, but she's like, yeah, I get it, don't worry, just like you.
It's interesting because I understand the transition of speaking a foreign language and hoping people understand you, and then only if someone wants to understand you, they will, and so I get that. So you had to drive while you were there, right?
No, I didn't have to because I wasn't scared.
Well, I can understand. So
Yeah.
even after a year, you're like, okay. And so what about like when you had free time? What did you do for free time? Because I know from my understanding talking to Natalia, she said that when like there were specific hours you would mind the child, and then after that you had your own time. So what was that like at the beginning for you?
My schedule was 9 at first. My schedule was 9 to 5 or 5:30 or 6. And after that, the first few months I stayed at home, just stayed watching TV with my husband or helping my husband with dinner, or if I went out with my family or with a few friends I made in the training school. They were from Brazil.
Oh, wow.
So we went out for movies or things or drink something.
So when you went to California, did you go in a group with a group of people from New York?
Yeah, some of them.
Okay.
We were like 4 in the same airplane.
So when did you, after how long did you start to feel comfortable there?
I think 3 months.
Okay.
Because I was comfortable in the house with the family, but when people start coming to meet me because they were excited because they have a new when people start coming to meet me, I was nervous because they were hoping I spoke English,
right.
and I was quiet because I couldn't.
Right.
and just with the family I spoke because I had the confidence and everything. So at first with my husband we were in the couch every night watching basketball games.
Okay, I like him. Basketball. That's good.
Yes.
I'm guessing
He's
the
so
Golden
nice.
the Golden State Warriors, right?
Yes.
All right. They were winning then too, so you were there when they were good.
Yes, they
Exciting.
were so good.
Yeah.
And we were watching just the games, and that was the time we spent together, but we never talked that much.
Just time.
Yeah, it's just time, just stay together. And if he needed to tell me something, he just says so slow, and like you get it, like no, or yes, or
Right.
or sometimes he texts me something to translate or.
So your family here in Colombia. So you said it took 3 months for you to be comfortable. So what did you do? How did you communicate with your family in those first 3 months?
We used to do video calls through WhatsApp every night.
Oh, cool.
Almost in the morning, also in the morning, almost not. Also in the morning and at night. But it was 3 hours difference because I arrived there in January.
Oh, so the time, yeah.
Yeah, the time was difficult. But then it was, yeah, you get used.
Yeah. And so what was their first reaction to you when you first started talking to them?
Oh, yeah. Wait, oh, sorry. I was in the car with my husband because my husband left the city. She went to Chicago for work. And we were in the car, my husband, the baby, and me. But,
I was in the car, so yeah.
I was in the car. And we were talking because he asked me, it was a Saturday, it was my day off, but he asked me if I could go to the baby shower with him and the baby because he was nervous to be
By yourself? Yeah.
by himself with the baby. And I said yes, of course, because it was my baby actually.
Yes, yeah, I understand.
Literally, yeah, I don't want anything bad to happen to my baby. So I said yes, and we started talking.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking in the car.
That's cool.
And he was driving, and then he started looking at me, and he said, "MaFe, I'm so proud of you. You are speaking." And I'm like, "Yeah, actually I am."
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, that's so nice. Your English is better, so now you can be yourself because you are always happy in the house, but outside you are just quiet and shy."
It's interesting just to show the sort of parallel for myself when I first got here. I realized after a few months that when I started learning Spanish that I had two personalities. I had a personality in English and a personality in Spanish. And my personality in Spanish was completely different. And so, like, how did you feel about that? Like, having two personalities, did that make you uncomfortable?
Yeah, at first, yes. Then I realized it's just because you can be. I don't think you can be more you in one or be more you in the other one because you're still showing what you can show.
Yeah.
But of course, you feel more comfortable speaking in your own language and talking more topics in your own language and answering faster and louder. But when I was there, I was so scared to make mistakes, and that was so nice of that experience. And one of the things I learned the most was you can be wrong, and that's fine.
I try to tell people that all the time, that just make mistakes and be okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
And so you're there with the baby, and you said the baby was 5 months. So do you remember the first time? So you were there with the baby, 5 months old. So that means that probably in the 3 months you got comfortable, the baby probably started to walk a little bit. So
no, he walked late. But he was crawling.
Okay.
So cute.
And do you remember when the baby first started walking?
Yeah.
And what was that like? Because I can just imagine, you're there because it seems like a lot of other people deal with older children, but you're dealing with a baby developing.
Yes.
And so, like, what was that like to see the baby say? I guess you probably heard some of the first words too, right? So, what were those moments like?
That was special because I was there when he first rolled on his belly and when he started rolling in the back and then he started sitting up and he started understanding everything I said in Spanish.
Oh, the baby's bilingual too.
Yes.
That's cool.
And he's fluent.
Wow.
He's 2 and he's fluent in Spanish.
Wow.
Yes. And he has, I think he feels more comfortable in Spanish or with people speaking in Spanish.
Really?
It's nice. I don't know. Also in English because it's the language his parents talk. But when he started crawling, I was so excited. And when he started walking, I was so happy. But for his mom it was difficult because she couldn't stay there and I was. So when he first walked, I just record the video, but I didn't show her because I wanted to let him walk
For her. Yeah. So it could be her first time.
Yes,
That's
her
cool.
first time,
Yeah.
and I never said anything like, yeah, he did it before. I never said that because that's me.
Yeah. No. And so, in the same time, like, so what did you do to take care of yourself while you were there? Like, what did you do to take care of MaFe while you were there? Because, okay, 3 months, you're comfortable, but then after that, you're comfortable. What did you do to make sure you were happy?
Not that much. When I was here in Colombia and now, I really like to go to the gym. And I love going to the gym and going to the church and praying and everything. But when I was there, everything was so far, and I didn't drive because I didn't want to drive, and I didn't have the money to pay Uber everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was difficult for me to go outside or go every day to the gym or every day to the church. So I started gain weight a lot. The first 5 months I gained like 10 kilograms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So how did that make you feel? Like, how did you
Bad.
feel?
Bad.
So
I
what-
felt so bad and awful. And all the whole day I was with an upper clothes. We
Yeah.
call them like that because it's just like
For babies and stuff?
Yeah, like you need to stay on the floor, or if you are going for a walk, you use tennis shoes or and big clothes because you are getting fat. So for me it was difficult because here I used to be so careful for how I look for the hospital and everything. And there I was just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna comb my hair today, and it was fine.
Well, because it's just a
The
baby.
doesn't care.
Yeah, it's just a
Yes.
baby. So, how did so you said you had some friends that were other au pairs. So how did you create those relationships?
It was difficult because they were from Brazil, and with the first girl I met, her name is Amanda. She's so nice, and she spoke Spanish, and we were speaking Spanish all the time, or English when she was trying to help me with English, but then she met more girls from Brazil, and they started trying to mix me with them, but I couldn't because they didn't speak in English or
Right.
Spanish. They were speaking in Portuguese.
Portuguese, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to learn English and
Right.
I barely can with English.
So did you take classes for English while you were there?
Yes, but the second year.
Oh, okay. So
The second year.
so you originally were going for 1 year, yes?
Yeah.
And then what made you decide to stay for more time?
I think was my English was getting better, and I met nice people. I met this friend from Mexico, and he's American, but he was born in the U.S., but he was raised in Mexico. But when we met, we were so close, and we were like siblings all the
Okay.
time together. And he is married with a Colombian girl.
Oh, okay. Well, that
She
makes
was
it
an
easier
au
for
pair
him.
too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and we were so good friends. And he said like, yeah, your English is getting better, so you should stay and learn more and travel more. And I didn't travel that much the first year because I was trying to save money and for study here. So I stayed. I decided to be there. And at first I thought like, yeah, but I don't want to change family just for 6 months because I couldn't extend the whole year because the university here.
Yeah, because you have to return.
I had one semester left and the university said we can give you just free semester, which is 1 year and a half. So I was like, yeah, but I don't want to change my family for 6 months because it gets you like 3 months to get used to the new
Yeah.
family, to adapt, and then you have to leave.
So you got to stay with your family?
No, I didn't have to, but they asked me if
Oh,
I
good.
wanted to stay with them. And I was like, yeah, this is the sign I wanted to,
That's good.
like the signal I wanted to do for the extension. So I decided to extend. They paid for my credits. It's like paid because I did weekend classes. And I made 2 weekend classes and they paid everything. It was like $800.
Okay.
They paid that in San Francisco. And I extended and I stayed with them for 6 months more. But actually I did it because I wanted to travel a little bit more and because the family asked me to.
So we're going to take one more pause. That concludes part one of the au pair experience with Natalia and MaFe. When we come back next week, you're going to get the rest of the story that includes what they did while they were there, the friendships they made, and the part that is most intriguing, the return home, and what they were like and what they expected when they returned back to their homes. So, we'll see you next week.